Chalo apre nursery jaye. Chalo apre balukun jaye. Kot ni tapi pero negari my beso. Na engine chalu karu. Brum 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 brum. Chalo apre nursery jaye. Chalo apre balukun jaye. Hey everyone, this is Yakety the Free here playing in the Hell Hades 2025 free-to-play challenge. It's day 59. I'm doing something that's kind of on pause right now. I didn't expect to do as well as I did, so you have to bear with me as I play the rest of the easy, normal Hydra hit. I'm going to finish that key. I was just singing a children's song in Gujarati, and you probably heard one of the English words in it, nursery. So I was just saying, today's the day we go to nursery school. Get your coat, get your hat, get your car, get the engine started, and come on, let's go. So, as I'm saying, let's get my engine started, essentially metaphorically. And I know I don't sing very well, but it's all about the practice and the fun for the study of language, and the practice and the fun of accomplishing another goal, like staying in the top 10 overall in the free to play challenge. And if you look here, I'm starting to catch up on Gorian Dares or Gorian Dares, and I hope they're okay because I seen like a month ago they mentioned that they had a hospital stay for like a week and they fell behind. And I've never been this close to them in a long time. Obviously, I'd be excited to be in the top three, and I'm pretty close, but I don't want it because somebody defaulted due to real life problems. So I wish them well. I hope their internet's functioning, their device, whatever they're doing, the people in their lives are okay. And if all that is true, then I'd be quite happy to take third place. So I'm going to show you something in the leaderboard overall. I messed around a little with Clan Boss today. I did a normal battle with Kale on, nightmare battle with Kale on quick battle, and it wasn't too big of a deal. The 28 million, I think it got. So I don't need to worry about whoever I put in now. My Nightmare Clan Boss is all set forever. But I won't take up, two keys right away because there's other people in the clan that, they're going to have a requirement to not have the affinity switch for their Nightmare Clan Boss hits. So I did a brutal hit instead, and I did it on manual. If you take a look here, almost 65 million damage, man, with Dathy on brutal. Okay. It doesn't really matter, if we kill brutal or not. It doesn't really matter anymore, except CvC's coming. So that's why I did it. But I didn't expect to pull 65 million damage. I was pretty happy for that. And if we take another quick look here in the leaderboard at, where is it here? For the Show My Progress section. Okay. Number one in Great Hall. I think Rob the Nice Guy 2 is holding off like I am for CvC. We're both about to pump in like 5 or 6 more at least, right? And number two behind Rob the Nice Guy, I picked up one star today in the dwarfs, so I have 551. Okay, and then there was something else I wanted to see here. So yeah, currently in Hydra, because of normal, I've done a 2.7 million hit before, so I'm seventh overall there, and Demon Lord I'm sixth overall. So let's go finish up, and you have to bear with the sound. I normally have the sound on in the background, so I hear when a battle finishes. As I said, I didn't expect to do this well. I'll turn the sound off at the end of this key, the in-game sound that is. But if you look here, I think my previous best on Hydra Normal was 9 million. So my ultimate Galek got eaten by the jerk over here, the head of, is this Mischief? Yeah, head of Mischief. And I just missed the kill. Otherwise, who knows what this would have been. So we're going to continue on here. I'm going to beat on the, this is Shithead right here. And obviously you can see that Shithead's been killed. Hopefully Alice will finish that off. Yeah, with a nice 400,000 A3. I'm just going to start pounding through this now. There's like, it doesn't matter really how much I can get. But I'm hoping to pull, 15 million if possible. So the idea here is the head of decay. This is the one that you want to provoke. It's a force affinity on this rotation. So it's very difficult for my Taragi to land his provoke, but he did to start. So Dathy, I've hard focus the head of DK with Dathy or Dithy. I'm not sure how you pronounce his name. Right? However, you'll see that I'm going to attempt to burn the head of DK down while Shithead has the buff here where you can't really do any damage to him, right? So you might think like, yeah, you know what, with Alice, I'm going to pound a little bit on this head over here. That's the exposed neck, right? Pick up another 300,000 damage. I'm just trying to make sure that Alice doesn't land her smite debuff on an exposed neck because then you're wasting that. So now with Dathy here, I've been taking my chances with his AoE decreased defense. He's always going to get the True Fear, but he gets an immediate extra turn if he lands it all, which he usually has been. So I hopefully burn through the True Fear and it doesn't proc, but normally it has been. So now here's the issue. As you can see, it's game over. Arbiter's got a heal reduction debuff. You know, she's probably the next target. So I'm just going to meter boost everybody, and hopefully Taragi can protect her here with his ally protect and shield. So now with Alice, I think Alice is going to proc her smite debuff. So I'm going to specifically target the Head of Suffering because the Head of Suffering is going to do back-to-back turns here if I live, and it should proc boom boom twice in a row for that smite. And then this is why I picked Wukong as well, not just for the arena, but because of his ability to block debuffs in Hydra, even though we had an Ugo. So now I've been very fortunate, as you'll see, Arbiter will get a little bit of a boost back up. But nobody's in regen gear at all on this team, and Arbiter's the only healer. So now I would normally use my Alice with everything going on this shithead. I forget, the Head of Suffering, is it? Or Head of Torment. I call it shithead, okay? And I A1 this head right here, and it should chunk it down by like 30%. So let's take a look. Oh, she got an extra turn. Yeah, so she absolutely smashes it. And if it had a weaken, my lord, I proc the True Fear. Anyways, I'm not really finishing how I normally would. Like I said, 15 million, that's like 66% increase in last week's output. And it's almost the end of the week for Hydra. But you see there, my Alice has essentially freed herself just because of that smite debuff. Like it's going to go off again, to my knowledge, on that boss's next turn. However, I want to ensure that that boss, see, and that's the problem there. Not having Taragi up to provoke to get the head of DK to not apply that Rotten Ward, I think is the name of it here. Yeah, the Rotten Ward. So the size of that shield, this is GG here. But I won't put it on auto. I want to see as much as I can possibly get here. So let's pick up Taragi. Everybody gets a meter boost a bit. Now everybody gets another boost and a heal. But that's it. Like, I can't free Alice here. You know, it'd be really neat if Taragi wasn't dead. And if that head of DK didn't apply that Rotten Ward, I would have gotten Alice out of there. No question about it. But that's it. This fight's over. We'll just set it to auto. Can't really complain. Almost 17 million as a free to play on day 59. So we're definitely going to keep this. You probably can't see it, but Taragi did 957,000 damage. Wukong, who doesn't have his T6 masteries, did 1.3 million. So he's about to get his T6 masteries. Let's keep that result. Oh, that looks good, eh? 15.7 million damage. And Ultimate Elect doesn't have masteries either. So this team can obviously gain a bunch. And that's going to be a nice reward to, get that double chest here. So I'm going to get at least 2 of these summoning crystals and 2 Mithrala fragments. So let me go back into town here. Pop-up's probably coming. Yep, buy this. No, I don't want to buy it. I want it. I just don't want to buy it. And I can't buy it either. So what I have done now on the Hydra, I'm going to show you for some arena progress. And the reason I was saying, I'm going to dump a bunch of the affinity bonuses, probably just like Rob the Nice Guy. We're saving for Clan v Clan. I have 800 medals. Clan v Clan starting in like 20 hours. And this upgrade that I'm definitely getting costs 200 gold medals. And that's for a rank 4. So I can pick up probably 5 more bonuses depending how I want to spread it out. Now I want to go and see my arena reset if I have anybody to fight. And let's take a look in the battle log. Oh, wow, not bad, eh? Sorry about your luck, Damian Lord, but your Kymar, I guess, is not as fast as my 270 Arbiter, because that's a pretty substantial advantage there, having this Blade Master and a Ninja. But things happen. If you're not faster than the person you attack, and you're a go first team, you're probably toast. So this is nice and easy here. I don't have any arena tokens left, so I have to wait. I'm not going to spend gems. I've already got an Arbiter. It makes no sense, right? However, I'm just going to let you see this is what Gold 4 and Gold 5 is mostly like. A bunch of one-man defenses or one woman with Arbiter. I'll probably kill this Leoris and this Snick Trax as long as they don't have, stone skins. Or what's that other thing where they proc unkillable with the set there? Swift Parry. So in live arena, Yaki the Free is poised by the end of Clan v Clan. I still have two more turns I can try later as well. But if I can get 1800, you get 7 points per win. I'll get a Void Shard, and I'd use it for Clan v Clan, no doubt in my mind. So I'm 25 points away, so that's 4 wins. I need 4 wins before I get 3 losses. And I'll be in Silver 3 as a free to play. I haven't even gotten that far on my main account ever to Silver 3. And to verify, day 60 is coming with Yaga the Insatiable. And a little trick that I do for me, there's other things you can do as well, but I don't want to collect Yaga at login tonight because I want it for Clan v Clan. So as I'm saving other stuff, as you'll notice there for Clan v Clan, and this 300 energy that's in the bazaar, okay, I'm saving it all for Clan v Clan. I'll log in, a couple minutes before reset tonight. So this screen won't open when the reset for the dailies happens. And the red dot will be there, and I don't have to collect that hero. So I can get the credit for a new epic summon during Clan v Clan. And if we take a look here in the upgrade the skills, I've got a bunch of books to go. And that's 8 Lego books as far as I'm concerned. And Wukong needs 7 to finish. So he's going to be finished. No question. Dathy needs 1. He'll get his 1. And then I'm undecided about the others. But I've got an easy 100,000 points coming for this Clan v Clan. So anyways, let's take a look. Oh yeah, Curse City. A quick perusal, if you will. But Yaki the Free hasn't missed a stage yet. In the 5 days it's been open, I found a way to get 8 keys in all at the one day. So I have 40 and I think I can get to 50, but I'm pretty hard stuck. Like I don't have certain heroes. This boss was a pain in the butt. Okay, this is the lineup I used, and I'm just having a difficulty with my ultimate Galek landing any of his HP burn when he needs to land it. I'm on my way to getting a T6 for Sun Wukong. That is my new priority. He had only his first 2 rows of masteries the whole time until about 3 days ago. So I'm going to use a lot of Clan v Clan energy stuff to get him his T6. And then Ultimate Galek needs some masteries pretty bad also. Anyways, I'm hoping that when you come into the quest here, I find one more awakened stage so I can pick up these 10 candles, cursed candles. They're not just normal, but they're cursed, and work my way. I'll never get this chest during this challenge, but just to see how close I can get to it. A major stopping point is this S2 right here. If I can figure out a way to get past this, first of all, I'd have to put gear on some of these heroes that don't have it. It would open up all of this for me because I can't fight Scarab King. You can't really see who I have here, but I don't think I can take care of Scarab King. I haven't tried yet with these heroes that I have. Dathy, Morag, Dana, none of them have a Blood Shield accessory, but I can try. Maybe later, but not now. Now, to end the video, we're going to do another clan boss thing. Obviously, if you didn't see it, this account was able to solo, not one hero, but the account soloed Easy Clan Boss by over 1,000,000 damage on day 57. So we're going to go into normal and see. I need 9.75 million to pick up a normal chest. So I'm hoping that this same lineup is able to do that. Let me just verify I have the extractor open. You never know, all of a sudden you pop off and you get that, 20 million damage. It would give me some more points. And again, I'm not very familiar with this boss fight entirely. I know it's going to steal all my buffs that I just applied, but I want my Arbiter to meter boost everybody. Oh, Dathy landed it. Not bad. Normally he doesn't. So that's already a much better start, just like the Hydra was. So hopefully Alice lands her smite debuff here. There she goes. And I think it's 150,000 damage, the smite. Yeah, it's 150 at this level. So I'll go through briefly my thought process, why I'm using certain skills where you'd be like, why did you use it then? So I boosted again meters with Arbiter because you're noticing I don't have a decreased speed champion in here. The only one I have on the account is Haikatun, and she's not built. She's got no books, no masteries. So I don't know if I ever will during this competition. Depends in about 2 weeks' time when I really need to start making a push. So I don't want anybody taking any damage. Obviously, that's the whole idea of this game. If you don't take damage, you live forever. That's why I used Tagor's Res just to put his shield on there. At the start, during this boss fight, the less damage I take to begin with, the much more improved my odds are that my cooldowns are all available for the Viper phase. Because I don't get past the Viper phase on normal, usually. But I also want to try to pump in, like 6, 7 million damage before that even happens. Because my full intention is to get 10 million damage so I can get maxed chest on this normal. And I haven't tried normal in a week, so I don't know because I was messing around with hard all week long, just seeing, every little bit of gear upgrade I did or every skill tome that went into Dathy and all that stuff. But the hard doesn't make sense. We don't kill it, and I don't earn max chest. Anyways, this boss was a book. And then it was an encyclopedia when you decide to actually really look at every skill for every form and all these trials and stuff like that. And that's why I keep saying, like, I'm not very familiar with it because I'm not constantly reading the boss's skills. It's too much. I really appreciate the nuances of this game, but everything that goes on with this boss, it's kind of overwhelming. And I'm not trying to min max. I'm trying to just get the best chest available to me. If I can get 60 million damage on normal or 20, there's really no difference to me except bragging rights. And currently, I have nothing to brag about, in my opinion. As you see, Arbiter's going to be constantly resisted. She doesn't have enough accuracy at this level so the boss is going to change forms. She doesn't have enough accuracy to be consistent at landing her weakened debuff. So I'm missing out on a potential of 25% damage all the time. So as far as I know, every time the boss switches forms, it drops all debuffs. Even this protected smite isn't going to count. So I'm not going to use Dathy's A2 to put it on so that immediately it would just come off again. It doesn't make sense. But what I'm going to do, as you saw with Arbiter, is prep everybody to try to have as close to a full turn meter as possible. I didn't want Sabitha to have a turn, but it's okay. Dathy needs that heal. So this ram form, if you don't know what that duel symbol is, okay? If the ram doesn't kill the person under duel, but you're able to take off 1% of the boss's total HP pool, then that duel falls off anyways. And I hate this form. It's interesting, right? As you saw, Dathy almost just one-shot himself because the boss like essentially reflects back all the damage. And Alice is in big trouble here, especially if she procs giant slayers, right? So you'll notice I'm not picking Sabitha up on, you know what? I will actually, because Sabitha should survive whatever comes from the boss, and she's able to res somebody and give them that block damage. Yeah, that was a good decision, I think. So you might wonder, you're like, how is Tagore taking turns? His counterattack. He's not in counterattack gear, right? So I have his banner. It's from the clan shop that has that 5% chance to counterattack. And he also has War Master. So Sometimes Tagore gets a bunch of sneaky damage in. But you'll notice I have three revivers. I'm always going to have three revivers until I can get a better overall lineup built out. So no matter what happens here, you see my Dathy was going to. I probably shouldn't have used that because now he's going to kill himself again, right? Yeah, but I don't really care because Arbiter, she's going to be able to pick him up, and it's the end of the Ram form anyways. And huh, no, I was going to meter boost with Arbiter, but nobody was going to get a heal from it, so it was like a total waste, right? And then down, yeah. Now I'll make sure all the people that I have here are fairly well healed. Now I can pick everyone. So Tagore, as you saw, landed a War Master, so he hurt himself. But if you take a look, like it was as if nothing happened. He's got even more health than when before. And I think this boss strips my buffs on the form swap, right? Yeah. Except if you have enough resistance. So Tagore has 244 resistance. I'd love to get him above 300, and I'm working on that. He's still got a green amulet. I did about, I think, 30 Spider 16 runs yesterday, at least 30. I didn't get anything I needed for most of my roster, but bunch of silver and items I can roll up cheaply for any upcoming events. And by the way, I consider this, like other people do, this is free damage, this form here. When the boss switches to ultimate form, like if you're dying and you're wiping on ultimate form, you're too high of a difficulty. This is where you're supposed to debuff as much as you can, meter boost, all your big cooldowns as much as possible. This is where you catch up, especially after that lion phase. Or not lion, the ram phase, pardon me. The lion phase is coming up. So I think now, I forget. I think it's the next turn that the boss strips the buffs, but people need heals, so I'm going to A1 anyways. Sabitha, I guess if you had, 100,000 HP on her, she's going to heal for twice as much as mine does, but I'm okay. I'm currently okay. So Tagore is, excuse me, I think my MVP still in this boss fight. Arbiter does some great things, and obviously your damage, like you can find damage anywhere. It's just a lot easier for us to find it out of Alice being free to play, and they're like, here's Alice to start the game for you, right? But I highly doubt I'm going to come close to getting that max chest, but I don't know if I'm going to get it. But as you see again, like nobody needs to heal from Arbiter, but I always meter boost with her whenever I can when it's in between the boss's meter. Because then you have that opportunity to maybe get 2 extra hits per people, like my damage dealers, because they proc Relentless or whatever, or the extra turns from Dathy. And it also helps Arbiter cycle through her skills to get the revive back up and whatnot. And like I said, like the way that I have this built, like this is like they're not a tanky team, but they're a very sustaining team. 3 revivers. One's always healing or reviving, and Tagore is the same thing. He's always healing or reviving. That's all I care about. So again, I'm gonna show you. I'm boosting with Arbiter. It's only I think 10% turn meter, but now Alice, she might land the Brimstone out of turn. Oh, perfect. So when the boss switches forms now, I should be able to have a Brimstone on there. I think so. So I'm going to protect everybody with Tagore because I don't think this one strips your buff. He's just going to scream. Yeah. So see, nobody really took any damage there because I'm starting to recall what form switches deal your buffs. And that Tagore shield essentially made like, Alice, no problem. Now, you're noticing again, like I could probably A3 with Alice, but there's no sense for me to only try a one hitting skill if the boss doesn't have decreased defense and weaken, because her opportunity to proc Giant Slayers from her triple hitting A1, I believe is the best option at all times. And though, I could be incorrect, she's still a fairly new hero. She's only been a couple months in the game. But in my experience, as a free to play, I'm doing fairly well with A1 only on all the clan bosses. Well, that's not true. Hydra, she does her A3 on the decapitated heads. I couldn't believe I got that 394,000 hit with Alice. I was pretty happy about that. So I don't know what the trials are. I'm not going to mess around. And I just picked one up for, let's see what do we do here. So I had the damage with a single skill while I was under increased defense. That's pretty good. As you're looking here, the clash multiplier, I'm starting to gain, you know, if I can pop in 20, 25 million, it helps overall. But I don't know if I'm able to still, it's getting close. Need 10 million damage, huh? And two more turns, it'll go back to ultimate form. So see, everybody's already got the increased attack from Sabitha, but I can get to Gore and Daithi another turn before the boss goes. And that's my hope. That's how I'm sneaky at getting more damage than I think I should. And I forget if this boss strips your buffs or not. I don't think he ever does. So I'm gonna put everybody on the yeah. Yeah. Geez, Daithi, you go, man. I don't want to waste his cooldowns. If you're wondering why I was pausing there, because the form is going to switch in a couple turns, and I want all of his cooldowns available for ultimate form, and there was nothing I could apply anyways on the boss with Daithi, so he would have wasted his A2 anyways. So I forget what this debuff is actually called with the lion's claw over the eyeball. But here we go. I think we've got a max chest on normal. Maybe I've already done a normal max chest and I'm forgetting. I get confused. I'm at work. I'm kind of tired. We did a bunch of overtime on the weekend that normally don't, 14-hour shifts. It's good money, but as I'm getting older, I'm 46 years old. The money doesn't matter really anymore because I don't know how much time I have left. And I don't mean to be somber sounding, but it's true. None of us knows when our time is up. So the more time I spend in this office doing stuff I don't want to do, like work, I feel like I've squandered the remaining account balance of my time. So I'd like to thank you guys if you're still here watching this and joining along with me on this journey so that we can have fun together because that's really what keeps me sane in this office. And I don't want to go too much into what I do for a living. I'm I'm okay. I don't like the job. I'd rather be active in the field, but I'm okay. Anyways, I think if I can pull in 15 million, it'd be a satisfactory thing to have with my clan here. And I'm probably going to set it to auto pretty soon because we're starting to, get pretty long-winded here. And I'm running out of topics I want to actually talk about with you, game-related ones, anyways. So I'm going to buff everybody, and then we're going to set it to auto. And we'll just see what happens while I enjoy some coffee. This is a good end game boss. As I said, it scales very well. The difference from, one keying full solo easy to struggling to replicate, 30% of that damage on the next tier up, I believe it's properly scaling. And again, as I said, like when you get in the Hydra and you're brand new, it's very unlikely you're going to get a chest unless you've done your research and you've prepped along the entire journey. Because most of us, even on this free to play veteran players, they have level 42 shows up. Nobody was really getting a chest. I think maybe Hell Hades did on his first one and a couple other people. It's overtuned for the access point where they tell you to go in there and then they tell you through your advanced dailies like, hey, you got to use a Hydra key. And then you feel pressured like, oh, well, I don't want to waste the key, but I need to do it because I want that energy, especially when you're a newer account, a refill for free. Anyways, I'm sure I could figure out a way to survive through this here on manual, but again, I don't want to spend too much time today. It's Monday. I've got work stuff I got to get into as well. And I'm sure if you're still here watching, you've gotten the gist of how my lineup performs. You know, 28 million clash points. what do you call it again? A trial? One trial completed. Good enough for me. I'm okay with that. We'll keep that result. So again, Alice did 6.6 million damage, and Tagore did 800,000 healing. Obviously, he's carrying the workload there. 1.5 million damage, 800,000 healing. Tagore. Love that guy. Four eyeballs. All right. That's a couple pairs of glasses. I think it's, yeah, so you only need 975, right? Good enough. Satisfactory to me. So if you've had fun in the free to play challenge, if you're part of it, I understand sometimes you start to get burnt out, like I was doing right there with Chimera. I'm like, look, I don't want to sit here and watch another clan boss battle. I've put in all this time to get the one key on Nightmare. Now I just hit quick battle twice. Chimera's a bit different. If I wasn't going to film it, I would have completed that, tried to push for, 15 million. But anyways, day 60, I'll log in today. And here's the other thing. The weekly quest is resetting for me, and so is the monthly quest. So I'm going to have all those goodies to get for CvC, have all these shards to summon with, because I'm not doing the fusion. I'm not doing any fusions on this free-to-play account during the competition anyways. Have a great day, everybody. I wish you all the best of luck for your Clan v Clan personal rewards. Take care.